Thanks to Greg at EgoSoft for providing me with the keys to the X4 Tides of Avarice, Cradle of Humanity, and Split Vendetta expansions. My name is Sokka. I've built stations around my homeworld of Argon Prime. I've helped a Boron named Bozo Ta conduct research. I've helped a man named Dalbusta shape the diplomacy of everyone around. I've destroyed the vicious AI known as the Xenon and wiped them from our sectors. And now I find myself in a galaxy far, far away, among people I do not know, and places that I've never seen. I must start again anew in a body that isn't my own, and reclaim my empire, all in the name of finding my way back home. This is X4, the Star Wars roleplay series. Sokka's log 8250-211. We started at the Incom Wharf and ordered 40 X-Wings. We sent the expendable ahead to Huck to scope out where exactly those Star Destroyers were staying. We ordered 20 more basic TIE fighters to fill out the Bozo Ta. We also topped up all of our Star Destroyers with as many Marines as we can handle, getting ready for the push into Huck. Captain Nedley, may I see the controls, please? I need to see. The turning circle of this Victory Star Destroyer 180 degrees for science. Not bad. Much better than the Imperial 2. Okay, not bad. It's something to keep in mind, just an experiment for the battle coming up. Yes, indeed, we'll attack all enemies, make sure that our turrets are armed and ready to go, and we'll keep fighters docked for the time being. Captain Lowe, that loudspeaker, if you please.
Employees of Sokka Spaceworks, I come to you now with a request. Through that gate lies Black Sun adversaries who will not give you any quarter, so show them the same. Each of you has an important role to play in the upcoming battle. TIE fighters and X-Wings, strike hard and strike fast against the enemy. Bring their hard points down. X-Wings, use your maneuverability to draw their fire. Star Destroyers, show them no mercy. Marines, prepare to board. With the fighters gone, it'll be a 3-on-2 battle, a battle in which we intend to win. I expect at least one Star Destroyer to come back under our banner. And let today be the day that Sokka Spaceworks is known as a force in this galaxy. Let's get it done.
Captain Lowe, if you please, let's head through the gate and wipe out those fighters first. Athena and Ares, cover us. Right, in hook. Ares and Athena should be jumping in shortly. The Bozo Ta doing the work. These fighters shouldn't pose much of a threat at all indeed. And of course, let's pay very specific attention to these Star Destroyers and what they are planning on doing, because as of now, it looks like these fighters won't stand much of a chance. First wave of fighters taken care of. That's what I like to see. So far, so good. Let's make sure that we haven't attracted any attention. So far, so good. Nice. Captain Lowe, I'll go ahead and take all of the goodies here while we're here. Looks like cargo drones are coming in. No need for them. I was going to say, if those were repair drones, I'd be a little bit more concerned. All right, Captain Lowe, move up if we can. We'll see where the limit is to get one of their attention. If we can bring just one Star Destroyer to us and lure him back to the gate, that would be ideal. So they're running a pretty tight ship, 162K away from one and 179K away from the other. Ideally, we want them to sort of separate and break a little bit apart. I wonder if I can use the expendable to bring them a little bit closer to our attack range. All right, expendable, if you please, let's play Chase the Bait. All we need are for these fighters to see this Imperial probe droid take off and then follow it. Now, it's not that fast, so it should keep a bead on it, I would think. All right, let's remove all orders and wait. There we go. Fighters are launched. If you please, expendable. Fly back to our Star Destroyers. All right, they disappeared off radar. Surely they didn't turn around. That is an awful close approach to get their attention. Aha, there we go. Fighters see us now. All right, expendable, if you please, continue on. Yes, yes, yes. So far, so good. That's going to be the watchword of this battle, that is for sure. Just kite them over, let the fighters get a little bit of taste of this probe droid, just draw them ever so closer. Now, as far as the Bozo Ta, move up a little bit further. All right, expendable, continue on. I like what I'm seeing here. Yes, indeed, working out swimmingly. Hopefully it's not in weapons range there. We just need to keep luring him a little bit closer to our rendezvous point. And we'll tell the Athena, the Bozo Ta, to launch fighters if need be. That way, if these Black Sun come, the fighters will launch and the Black Sun will stay around. No, fighters, don't turn around. All right, it looks like we do have the attention of just one of the Star Destroyers. That's what I like to see. Let's move on up. And if this Star Destroyer is indeed coming after the expendable, hopefully the Star Destroyer will see us creeping up in his neighborhood. And we can work on leveling this guy a bit. All right, Star Destroyer in. We are almost to our zone. That Star Destroyer has to see us, right? All right, we still have their attention. They're creeping up on the expendable. And if we continue on, these fighters will see these Star Destroyers and begin engaging. That's like the point where I want to lure them so that they see our Star Destroyers and press the attack. If we can get these fighters taken care of, we can move in a little bit more surgically with the Star Destroyer. Almost to our zone of attack for the Bozo Ta. Once they get within weapons range, we'll pull the expendable back for sure. Oh, looks like they're going into travel. Yep, run them, 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 run them. All right, we're in it. TIE Fighters launching. And what a sight, TIE Fighters launching out, outstanding. TIE Fighters going full ham. Did that Star Destroyer come? No, he didn't. So it's just sheer fighter on fighter. Nice, a Halo fighter. Yeah, these guys don't stand a chance. Outstanding. So we picked off a bunch of fighters and they're coming back, and we didn't draw the ire of the Star Destroyer. Let's do our general policing. That's what I like to see. All right, let's get all TIE Fighters aboard and make sure that everyone is charged up. Ares has all 23 X-Wings, Athena has all 20 X-Wings, and the Bozo is still pulling in a bunch of TIE Fighters, but I did not see any losses aside from the expendable, so you will be memorialized, probe droid. Yes, indeed, all 73 ships have docked up and we are full. Time to head on to stage 2 of our plan, where we either lure in the rest of the fighters without disturbing the Star Destroyer, or maybe we can lure just one of the Star Destroyers into range and begin that boarding process. And in this brief interlude, we definitely made enough money to get another Imperial probe droid, an expendable 2 perhaps. But, Miss Suleiman, are you ready to sort of play chicken with the Black Sun? Oh, a whole mess of fighters decided to jump in while we were ahead. Well, those guys might not last long, that's for sure, with our overwhelming force. I don't know where they actually came from, but if we are lucky, those were the fighters on the second Imperial Star Destroyer. So essentially, we will have a free, clear shot to get into the blind spot of that Star Destroyer without them really posing much of a threat to us if we can just punch through the shields. So we have one Star Destroyer 71K away. Whichever one is closer, that's the one I'm going to be looking at. On board with an X-Wing, this is what I'm talking about. Nice. So minus 14 on the relationship. All X-Wings should be returning back, and we can continue on with our plans. All right, Miss Suleiman, I will take over. Is that Star Destroyer still in front of us? I don't see it on radar anymore.
Scrap processing factory.
We'll just make our way toward that scrap processing factory. I'm sure we'll see it off of our nose eventually. So we're not at true war with the regular Black Sun, although minus 14, they're probably just looking for a reason to shoot at us. Unfortunately, they're the ones barking up the tree. as I invade their space, but they're the ones that shoot me first. If they just let me get these Xenon, we wouldn't have an issue. So I think I see one of the Star Destroyers. No, it's an asteroid. I tell you, mine plays tricks on you when you're hyper-focused. Where in the world are these stolen Star Destroyers? All right, we do have a TIE that is damaged. Let's go ahead and get it docked up and repaired. Yeah, just 370 credits, not bad. That TIE fighter should be good to go. Everything else looking good, and I still haven't seen that Star Destroyer, and we're 45K away from the station. All right, so not on the radar as per se, but directly ahead of me, probably about right here, is that other Star Destroyer. I believe what we'll do is we'll move the Bozo Ta a little bit forward, just try to coax some of those fighters to come in. We'll watch and see what happens here. We'll stick pretty close to the station. If we see any sort of fighters come our way, we'll jump back to the fleet and see what happens here. If we can just get their attention, all the better. Yeah, so it appears, it looks like the Star Destroyer might be coming this way, and I don't want that to happen. If we drop to -20 and this station becomes hostile, I don't want them shooting at us too. So let's continue moving on and see if we can get the attention of that Star Destroyer away from this station and see where they go. Outstanding. We might have his attention. He's facing to the right. The Bozo Ta is just over there. So if he launches fighters first and the fighters get to our carrier group first, that's going to be a pretty good deal, I must say. Let's grab their attention and do a flyby here. They'll definitely see us, and we might be able to lure them a little bit further away here. Outstanding. Miss Suleiman, your job is done. If you please, dock and wait. Get out of there, Miss Suleiman. Nice, Miss Suleiman should dock on up. Other fighters are going to town. And it looks like we might be out of the initial fighter wave for sure. Only a few stragglers coming in. And that'll set us up nicely to take on the Star Destroyer just one-on-one, or let's say 3-on-1. Heavy fire coming in, and just in the nick of time. That was a lot of firepower that they were laying down from one side, but shields should be recharging well, and fighters actually might be docking back up. Captain Lowe, well done indeed. Let's go ahead and police up all the extra goodies and be on the lookout for that Star Destroyer if it decides to come around. And indeed, keeping a watchful eye around. There is a lot of fighter debris nearby, but I believe all fighters are accounted for, and we actually cause an ejection to happen. Let's take a look. We have a regular ye olde Karaz right there that we can claim. So I tell you what, Miss Suleiman, go ahead and undock. We'll claim this fighter, see if we can get it repaired up while we're here, and add it to one of our fleets, because you know, it don't cost us anything to take and repair, and, you know, one extra set of lasers would be good to go. And there she is. Miss Suleiman, you stay here and keep me covered, and if you see anything out of the ordinary, you let me know immediately.
Tell you, space walking out here in the middle of frickin' nowhere. Yeah, that's a little fighter, isn't it? Yeah, we'll go ahead and claim this one for ourselves quick, fast, and in a hurry, get it repaired up and attached to one of the victories. Like a so. Outstanding. So 19% on the hull. Let's see how quick we can get this thing back to working condition. Yep, does not take that long at all with this small fighter. It must not have that much hull at all to speak of. But that's 100%. Let's get aboard and see the armaments.
So take a look at this cockpit now. Holy crap, ship information. So we've got 8,300 megajoules of hull, 8,200 of shield loadout. We've got 4 cannons, 3 flares, a satellite, and a mine. Yeah, not too awful bad. All right, let's get a pilot up in here to assist. And it can really be anybody. I'm not really looking for the best of the best captain, just someone that won't throw their face in the wall. Like Zara Winger. work somewhere else for me, if you please, right here on the Karaz. Welcome to the captain's seat. All right, Karaz, if you please, attach yourself to the Ares. Attack or intercept with Commander Alpha. All right, Miss Suleiman, go ahead and dock and wait at the Bozo Ta. We picked up one more fighter for the cause. So while we're
Imperial
here,
Star Destroyer 1.
let's get in radar range so that we can begin the boarding operation. Oh, it jumped away. Okay, where are you going, good sir? Is he gonna take us to the other Star Destroyer, I wonder? So you wanna talk crazy? We took care of all of the fighters, and now these Star Destroyers, well, at least this Star Destroyer, seems to not care? Like, this is incredibly weird. Do we just need to get rid of the fighters, I wonder? So essentially, we have a Star Destroyer on its own with just 2 Star Chasers. Actually, we have an opportunity to scan this thing. That's right. We can see exactly what we're up against here.
Hey, get away!
And on board is only 168 able crewmen. I think we can take them quick, fast, and in a hurry. All right, Bozo Ta, if you please, go ahead and fly and wait. Bring the fleet across. And make sure that you go into travel mode, quick, fast, and in a hurry. We need to get these guys gone before more fighters come out of the ether. Boom, Bozo Ta right over the top. Let's get to the Athena and help out. Get them there as quickly as we can. Captain Lowe, I'll take it from here. We need to get
Destroyer 2.
this way. I noticed in my last couple boarding attempts that ships like to boost their way up to the offending ship, and I do not want to have our shields drained by the time we get there. So if there's anything I can do to help out and give us the greatest chance of success, we will do it. All right, park there, get up, outstanding. Next up will be the Ares. Excuse me, truncated timetable and all that. Get to travel drive. And once we get positioned nearby, we'll go ahead and start the boarding process here. There we go, outstanding. Captain Lowe, if you please, begin boarding operations. All elites, all veterans, as many recruits as we possibly can, and we'll do very strong and strong. We want to disable the target and start operations.
Boarding teams preparing for launch.
Nice, fighters launching, their fighters are launching. And we have plenty of shields. Hopefully we'll get within range here. Yeah, with us over the top, we'll be taking a beating. Hopefully the other Star Destroyers can draw their fire, and hopefully the Bozo Ta is ready as well. All right, big Star Destroyers taking a beating. Let's just attack all fighters with the Ares, the Bozo Ta, and the Athena. That way we're not drilling this Star Destroyer too awful much.
Stay sharp.
Athena launch pods, outstanding. And hopefully the Marines go. We told them to go on strong.
Making preparations to reach.
Awesome, we are breaching. We could probably get out of here now and let the Marines do the work. Bozo, go ahead and take off, as well as the Ares. We'll get the Ares out of here as well. Let the Marines do the work, fly and wait. And Athena, fly and wait as well, get away. And then hopefully the Marines can do the work. The fighters will keep the target pinned.
Contact. Making preparations to reach.
Awesome, Marines are breaching. Once our Star Destroyers are clear, we'll tell all fighters to dock up as well. All right, all fighters go ahead and pull back. Nice, fighters jumping out. Hopefully Marines are doing the work.
Go! Move it! You are free to engage.
Nice, Marines are engaging. Fighters are heading away. Star Destroyers are safe. For the most part, yeah.
Spotted enemy activity.
Nice, fighters are just going to keep pestering it, but not doing enough damage to destroy it.
Good one.
And there we go. I didn't even really see it happen, but indeed, we now have an ISD-1 under our command. Outstanding. All right, as I pulled all these TIE fighters off, we're going to go ahead and get all the TIE fighters reset and back on. Status report of the new Star Destroyer. Let's see if it has any engines to its name. No, we blasted its engines. We're going to need to get a repair crew here to at least get the engines sorted, and then we'll move in good space to repair this thing up. For now, let's get the best Marine we've got as captain so we can get moving. So we have 92 Marines. Julie Barron, who is an amazing pilot all the same. You might be the permanent pilot, ma'am. Let's do a transfer crew, get all of the Marines off of the Star Destroyer and pull in some specialists, indeed, and some able crewmen to help get this Star Destroyer up and running. Bozo, you're going to protect this ship with your life if possible.
So first things first, that big noise that you're hearing is an engine that was
Imperial
taken
Star
out.
Destroyer 1.
Let's see if we can find exactly which engine is being repaired. There it is. Once we repair this up, we should be able to make best possible speed out of this system and at least repair this thing in peace. All right, there's 25%. I don't think we're dead in the water anymore. Let's see if we can get out of here.
All right, so indeed, the new Star Destroyer is attached to the Bozo Ta. Captain Lowe, if you please, make a jump to the next sector. And taking inventory here, it looks like we can put on medium shields on the engine. We have all-around Mark 1 thrusters. We have 2 sets of heavy shields. Looks like all turrets are accounted for except for perhaps 2 more cannons in the small slot, maybe 1 more cannon in the medium slots, so not too awful bad there. Software we could do a little bit with, but the repair bill, how much is the hull itself? Because we can repair everything else up except the hull, and that's 4.5 million credit repair bill. We can save a lot by repairing all of these things in addition to. But still, that is much cheaper than buying an ISD-1 ourselves. And our stations can definitely help us fit that bill. 1.1 million from Sokka's Way Home, 2.2 million from the Coruscant Ship Technology Factory, taking us up to 29 million credits. It won't be much at all to get this ISD-1 fitted and ready to go. We also have 30 repair drones that we can send from the Bozo Ta to our new Star Destroyer to help that along. And service crews should be getting a good training cruise out of this as well. Looking at the crew, we've got plenty of good service crew and a lot of good able crewmen on board. So hopefully we can get some more specialists on board after all of this is said and done. And of course, recruit as many as we need to from Bastion. All right, more mercenary Karazes are flying, but they are not attacking, so that is all well and good. Bozo Ta, if you please, transfer wares with the ISD. Captain Lowe is maneuvering in. Once we see that transfer happen, we'll get to work on the outside of the ship. Nice, 18 has been transferred, and immediately they start going to work. I hope they can work on this hull some. It's at 916,000 hull, 51%. That's the majority of our costs. So if our repair drones can help out with that, all the better. Looking for all 30 to be transferred, and when that happens, all right, so 30's in there, but only 18 are active. Maybe if we hop over there, the captain will deploy those. Captain Barron, I hope you have deployed all of the repair drones. I will be outside helping out. Call me if you need me. So here in the battle, the Expendable was the first loss. We lost Lightning, Waxman, and Viking, and that was it. We lost 3 in the grand scheme of things. We'll have to see how many Marines. So we're at 282 Marines, and that's a little deceptive. We had a full crew of 381, but half of our service crew are over here on the ISD. So 104 service crew plus the 84. So 184 and 282, I'm sure that math works out somewhere. And of course, our pilot is a former Marine as well, but also a really good pilot, aren't you, Miss Baron? So overall, a very successful day. We got us a brand new, well, slightly used and slightly damaged Imperial Star Destroyer 1, and everyone is looking good. So in the meantime, I'll go ahead and get this thing repaired up as much as I can for sure. I mean, repair drones are going to work on the bottom, doing the work, helping our engines get back. And of course, we'll top off at the shipyard anything else that I could not repair or that the drones couldn't repair. And we'll be on the hunt for that second Star Destroyer in Huck, because there were two, but I don't know where he went. Maybe he ran off when we destroyed his entire fighter contingent. We might have to scout that out. But for now, that will do it for me. A successful day, everyone. And yeah, next time we'll be looking for that second Star Destroyer. If we don't find it, we may be saying hello to the Xenon. See ya.